Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your fur style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class: Commando, Deadeye, Mercenary, Deadeye, Commando, Psy-Freak, Saboteur, Sentinel, Saboteur, Command, Mercenary, Deadeye, Commando, Psy-Freak, Saboteur, Sentinel, Saboteur. Saboteur chosen. Sounds good. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
So glad you realize who you really...
You can't contradict yourself like that.
Because you can't deny what's deep within your...
But remember, this is just the beginning.
Guess left can be right, sometimes. Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. For it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its way. Dead already. You're not dead yet. Wow! What a relief! That's sure to be useful. Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. The deep cut. Cut down. Slash and dash. Seems strong enough. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. That's a flesh wound. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark. a facial scar to remember the past.
Miami.
There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end.
Umbubu Dubuko.
He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have.
Duwowu.
It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land.
Vunko Vuntubu.
Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree. Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as powerful as a Muma's love. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. Magic? He claims it's just the force of life, the existence of energy, powering and connecting all things living, like the Nono. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You found one. You should be... The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life, and you'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. You handle that net like you... One day, he hopes... But today, you're... Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with... From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal. Not only... One day, the land won't be as peaceful. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. That's not true. She's the reason there's still you.
Toyobot Quake
He
Tawa?
lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow.
Ba lo yualu.
He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain.
Koyetu Koreboy.
The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the
Beboko Contabe.
records tell of the ruinous devastation the Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Googlide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
Koyetu Koreboy.
Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the world.
Beboko Contabe.
The road ahead won't be easy, but he wants you to understand that regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eater. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something... Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He can't understand why you'd do such a thing. He won't make it out of here on his own.
Good work, clever clogs. Let me guide you into the dark.
Seriously? I always thought better of you than that.
And you were wrong. There's always more dark than light.
There's still time to turn back.
They're already heading down my road.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important.
Atu wamao
Out of Date knows you'll make a better stand against the
pebuko kontabe.
The Jagni tribe is likely to be your primary choice.
Ku bubuye bui.
Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Mopu far kobi.
Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of...
Tamuk gabamuk tab.
He believes the tribe Sifus, Jagni especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least...
Tamuk gabamuk tab.
He'll be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's a bridge. Just get over it. They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. That's the Jagni tribe's fault. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. Let's see.
Smalafaniana.
Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war.
Totoya toda.
Cautions you that the Sifu may be a little impatient today, as bad news...
Zata is the muy totloho. Kariesne stace. Paro, ya put
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 preceded you. The wall that separates them from the other side, the wasteland you came from. He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. Soon after, they formed new tribes based on their own values, and when the Blight started, the animosity escalated to war. Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Says fear and hatred is the only path to domination, but you already know that. So embracing that side of you and helping them vanquish the tribes and letting the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life should be an easy decision. He expected you'd join them. You understand that the universe runs on the principle that the one who dominates others runs the show. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can vanquish the other tribes. The one he wants to deal with first is the Myriad tribe. Their kin must put an end to the war before war puts an end to them. It'll cost bruises and broken bone, but they refuse to be the victim here. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both share dark thoughts, so they want to wage a war. A war where all that's left behind is casualties. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've conquered the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu for control of their territory, tribe weapon, and kin. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul, and can sense you still have it in you. The will to do good.
Apinosko.
Anyway, you'll pass your old village on your way to the first rival outpost, but we've got no time to be sentimental. War doesn't wait. You don't have the key energy for that. Right in the face. Half-lifed. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurled. You've been working out. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. Goop says some choose to be lonely because no one understands what they're going through. If that's you, he'll try to help you, if you let him. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. Knowing how to swim won't solve life's hard problems, but at least one of them won't be drowning. He says that wasn't too bad, was it? He says a feeling that you're going to drown is a great reminder of the need to learn how to swim. But you need practice, lots of practice. Judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. She's not unhappy with your progress, but you still have a lot to prove. You should know, practice makes perfect. She'll see you at the village square. She understands, but sometimes you need to do what you have to and not. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. It's your own future you're risking by not caring for the environment. The next generation will pay for the mistakes of the last. You should look for things that are recyclable. It shouldn't take you too long to find some. He wonders what usefulness you found. Sometimes he's an expert, but sometimes he can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. But that's his point, to take something useless, change it. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the script.
Oisko. Frodan. Garu.
You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon.
Dino grunt. Jua.
He appreciates those able to deliver a sharp remark.
Why?
He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away. She suggests you better hurry up then. You won't get far with that attitude. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. She won't live forever, you know that. But she intends to make the most of it. You've always followed your own path, but they look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He's not scared of anything. Least there's no way they'll let you. He wants to know who you think you are. He says you're right. Nobody can tell him what he can and can't do, and that includes you. She asks if you're hurt. What happened? If confidence is silent and insecurity is loud, the most important thing is that you're okay. It's time to focus. Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best.
Tariman.
He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training.
Tomazagula imapela.
He'll leave the quick part to you.
Piada.
He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas.
Ishko.
He's curious to see what you've found.
Sedain yah.
He's gathered so much over the years, and it's hard to remember everything.
Waxan markale zegi.
He says it's about time you learned how, and offers to teach you.
Dre.
The style might be too edgy for his taste.
Zien.
You should take it with you.
Gaguhu.
He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next.
Kamonu.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Polakudo.
Says being on time would be...
Kala.
She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much...
Ritsentede.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you.
Tropalo.
You should just keep working.
Mustiki muhka.
Been working on a present for you.
Andro?
You should go see him and find out. Catchy.
Inadabsunka.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this.
Kanamunta.
A piece of Scraptronics like this has built-in old-world tech.
Antoro.
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see.
Taifanamenuma.
You should think of it as watching.
Andro?
Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day.
Katjatopuluta.
Says a good rest makes... Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa Lupa from setting the world on fire.
Antoro. Kiensi.
Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it.
Ritsentede.
Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight.
Tukonda.
Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. The tribe's caught a fluffy hole. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluffhull was on the loose. You might want to fall back. Sharp-dressed. You reload it by swinging back your arm. the energy is all used up.
Tabab, Yelui.
They've received news a Ronin joined the tribe's ranks and were looking forward to meeting you.
Kfauk tuila yutu.
A group of Jagni warriors are already waiting for you at Myriad's Vespidut outpost.
Apeta yutabe.
Mercy is for the weak. The Jagni... Look, an emergency box from the old day. Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Someone will pay dearly for that. Toxanol was something called a corporate juggernaut, and our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, it was simply a beginning. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? going to leave a mark. You have a good eye for that stuff. You can get stranger if you like. You've already drained yourself. That notice board? Filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done with it. Well, small ones. Places like this were cheap back in those days, and there was plenty of space. Get done with one place, you just build another. There must be a track somewhere in this brick town. Just hope it's not buried. You can always come back, until time runs out. This corner of the world is called Bricktown. Let's see. The Tree of Life still stands. Never thought I'd see a clothes soaker from the long gone again. It's an up cleaner of unwash, the clean-cut way to unstain garb. You need to get the pegs lined up to get the clothes soaker rolling. You really put a spin on it. Maybe you'll grow into that. Not nearly enough scrap yet. Dust it off and start cutting. It's Peekaboo Park. Young ones love this sort of place. Wow! Better days. Chop chop. What a blow. Listen to all that night noise. This one seems to be in good spirits despite being born. Has heard that you only follow your own personal code and is worried you've lost your respect. Asks you to do the right thing for the sake of your conscience. It's only through your inner conflict you're held accountable for your actions.
Kuali.
It's sad to see you're staying on this road to ruin and that you're so determined to help no one other than yourself.
Yes, that's the way. No arguing with that.
Sometimes your gut is flat out wrong.
Don't ever doubt yourself. You are number one.
Even the dark knows you're better than this.
Stick with me. We'll rule the world.
That's a myriad tribe outpost. Didn't she trick me?